What's up guys, Junior here with Animas Things, bringing you back another video, but today we're actually working on a Honda. So the problem with this Honda is, this is actually my girlfriend's, is that the cruise control, as you can see right here, these buttons, isn't working. So I did try the brake light switch, because sometimes, it could trigger that you're hitting the brakes and it'll turn off. It wasn't that. So in this case, the way I figured out it was the buttons is if you actually keep it pressed and you set it, the cruise control will work. But as soon as you let it go, it'll turn off. So I guess that's a common problem in these Civics. This one's a 2007. So you got to replace this, the whole button unit to fix it. So what I went ahead and did is, trust the old Amazon here, is we have a new switch. Now obviously this one, it's the sedan with just the cruise control buttons. It doesn't have the volume controls like some of them might have. So if you do have that, make sure that when you buy it that it has the both of them, because it's all as a unit when you order it from Amazon. So of course in this case, this is what it looks like right here. So this is the whole button itself. So the horn's gonna plug into here, I'm pretty sure, and then you just plug this in. If you have the one with the volumes, it'll have like a crossover plug for this side. So obviously it looks simple and all. It's pretty straightforward. It should be done 30 minutes, I'm assuming. All you gotta do though is you gotta remove the airbag. So to do that, you need a T30. It's got sides holes here. Then you put the T30s on each side. But before you start any of this, you guys gotta make sure to unplug the battery, because we are dealing with the airbag. You don't want that to pop in your face. So I'm gonna go ahead and unplug the battery. I'm gonna pause this real quick. Make sure you follow along. Before we continue, make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Obviously we do most Mustang content, but if we work on other people's cars, we'll upload something. Like I know I got on the cluster over here, the fuel gauge, it'll reverse itself or it won't work. I guess it's a common problem on these as well. I guess the little terminals, the solder cracks and it doesn't read right. Like if you'll hit it, it'll read right. So next video on this car, we'll probably be fixing that. We're gonna try to just resolder everything, fix it. If not, eBay has some for like $100. This switch actually was pretty inexpensive. I was gonna get off AutoZone, but they were on back order. So this was, I think, 49 bucks, 50 bucks on Amazon, free shipping. Got here in 2 days. So we're gonna see, hopefully it's the right plug, because I know the coupe I think had a different plug or something like that. So fingers crossed this works. If not, I'm gonna have to return and get another one and we'll resume this video. So I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood and then I'll show you guys plug the battery and all that good stuff.
Music bed.
Alright, so to do this one still has a factory battery cable, so this one's gonna be a 10mm. Simple as that. So we're just gonna go ahead and loosen this one real quick. Simple as that. And then we're gonna make sure, tuck it in down here, make sure it doesn't touch or something, and it could cause any reaction with the airbag over there. So of course, got the airbag unplugged. Again, that is the first thing you want to do, especially when messing with the airbag on a vehicle, no matter what vehicle, is unplug your battery. So now what follows is, we're going to go back in here, is on the steering column on the bottom, I don't know if you guys can see, there's a cover right underneath the steering wheel right here. So obviously the steering wheel is right here, so it's going to be right here. You're just going to get a fathead, pop it off, so I'm going to go ahead and grab one of my fatheads real quick. Alright guys, so we got the flathead, and it's actually got a little, like a slot, so you can slide your flathead in there. Quite simple, straightforward. Now obviously you're going to want to make sure to not break it, so just kind of, it's going to slide towards the seat here, and it just comes up. Simple as that. And then in here, we actually have yellow plugs. And yellow plugs usually always mean airbag. So in that point, always get your face away from here, just in case God forbid, hopefully it doesn't pop, but just in case, that way it doesn't blow up on your face. So this is simply gonna come down as so, and then we're gonna just push this back, little tab here. Simple as that. So you just pull away towards passenger side, the little tab here, it's like a slider, and it's unplugged. So that's in there, and then now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the T30s. I believe you can see the horn plug here, but I don't think I have enough slack to unplug. Let me see. I do actually. So if you want to go ahead and unplug your horn, that we're not fighting with it later, you can. It's that yellow plug with this metal tab. You just pull away from each other. So we're gonna go ahead and grab our T30, which I left over here somewhere. So here it is. I only have this little one that I actually bought from Alex. So we're gonna go ahead and hopefully it's not too tight where I can take it off with this little ratchet. Let's see. Try this real quick. So again, we're gonna go in these holes right there. Make sure it's in there good. You don't want to strip that bolt. So let's see. All right, so we got it there, and there we go. It's loose. So I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the same process on this side, and I'll get back with you guys. Alright guys, so as you can see I took them out. I will suggest you guys have a magnet handy because these wouldn't get kind of snug on the T30, so they would just kind of fall in the little hole there, so I had to use a magnet. So magnet's always your friend. As you can see, it's just a T30 bolt, simple. These actually weren't as tight, which is a good thing, because if not, I got a little ratchet, so I had to kind of pry on it, but it was pretty straightforward. So now let me go ahead and secure these bolts right here on the cup holder. This should potentially just come towards you. Let's see here. Okay, so as you can see there, it's got like clips holding the wires to the airbags, all that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and loosen those real quick. And of course, I don't have like a way to hold you guys while I do this. I'll get back with you guys. All right, so pretty simple. The yellow cable is kind of wrapped in here, so you just gotta pry it off, and then this is what you're gonna end up with. Again, like I said, you guys saw me, I unplugged the horn while we were down there. That way when I have to deal with it there, you could do it now. But of course, you gotta be very gentle with this. I'm gonna go ahead and set it here in the passenger seat ever so lightly, and now we can get to work. So I know so this whole bezel is gonna come off in order to replace this, because this is kind of screwed into the back. So we have some Phillips here, and then here and here, and we also have 4 more in the back. So I don't know if you guys can see, there's 1, 2, and then 3, 4. So we gotta go ahead and take those off with a little Phillips. I have a normal size one somewhere in here. Oh, there we go. And then I have a short one as well underneath there. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove those. If I run into any issues, then I'll get back to the video and I'll show you guys. It looks like I did get lucky. There's only one white plug and then the horn one. So we should be good with the button that were over there. So fingers crossed still there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this, and I'll get back with you guys. Alright guys, so I got all the screws removed. Of course, you're gonna have the chrome shiny ones here at the front, and the back you're gonna have little black ones. The ones in the back, you gotta make sure you kind of do pressure and make sure you get it in there, because they're kind of hidden up in there, and they were a little difficult to get out, but once you get it going, they come right out. So now, of course, this I unplugged it. You just push this clip upwards, and it just slides right out. It was clipped in here, pull it out, and then we should be able to pull it out as a whole piece. So now we can get to work outside. The car it's hot in here, so we're gonna go ahead and take this off. Again, simple, 2 Phillips screws, swap in, and then we can swap the new one out. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this out too, make sure it's nice, since we can't usually get in there. So I'm gonna clean it real nice, also clean in here. But other than that, it was straightforward. Go ahead and start swapping that one, and then we just reverse it. Nothing too difficult. It's actually easier than I thought. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of the car real quick. Alright guys, so I got this all cleaned up, as well as the steering wheel. I used, this is kind of empty now, but I used some Meguiar's all-purpose cleaner, detail brush, and then a microfiber to just wipe it off. This is already all clean. I got all the creases, everything, anything that you can't usually get. Went ahead and cleaned it. back is all nice and clean. And sorry, my bench, it's full of stuff. So this is the old one. As you can see, not even bother cleaning because this is going to the trash essentially. I just want to make sure that this one fits first. So it looks like pretty much everything, if you compare them, everything looks the same. Pigtails seems to have the same amount of cables and everything in it. So to install it, it should be as simple as, let's flip this thing over. Let's see, as putting it in there. Let's see. There we go. So it goes as that, and then obviously we'll put the screws in there, and then it'll be all ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'll get back with you guys in there. All right, we're back in the car. I went ahead and got this installed. As you can see, it's in here. One tip on the back, the little screws. Once it stops, I stop, because you don't want to crack these since everything's plastic, and then this thing's gonna be all loose, especially when you're pushing the button. You can see here it's hollow. So if you end up cracking these, your switch is more likely gonna go through that. So you wanna be careful with that. Once it stops, you stop. Should be more than good enough. As you can see here, I did clean everything in here. It's clean back inside. So any these creases usually you can't get to unless this is off. So I went ahead and cleaned that. And this should potentially just go back in as so. We just gotta make sure to run this one down since the horn plugs in on the bottom. And then let's make sure this thing plugs in. Moment of truth. Voila, clicked right in. We'll rerun this cable back where it was through. There's a little clip right there. So that stays there. That runs down. And we can start putting the screws back in it. I do suggest I might put these two just to kind of hold it in place, but not tight all the way. Because these back ones, like I said, they're kind of tricky. So I'm going to do these two. Just kind of place them so it holds it in place, and then I'll start doing the back. As you can see, seems to everything fit flush. Nothing moves, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that, and then I'll check in the back with you guys. All right, this set pretty much just right in, and then we got the cables down here. As you can see, the yellow one for the airbag, and then we got the one for the horn just hanging down here, so we can plug them back in, and then we should be able to just push them. There's like a tab, push them back into place so they stay up there. This kind of sits in place. We're gonna go ahead and grab the T30. Hopefully my ratchet holds it, or my socket I should say, because it's kind of deep in there. So let's see if it can get it all the way in there. Up. Well, actually I got it. Let's see. So we want to go ahead and, no, it's going in crooked. Okay, I'm gonna use both hands, so I'll get back with you guys. Alright guys, so I got this in there. It was kind of difficult because my T30 doesn't have a magnet. So what I ended up doing is pressing on this, and then I just went ever so slightly, and I finally got it in, tightened it. Same with this side. Simple. You obviously want to go as tight as it was, so I went like just a tad bit more than when it stopped. You don't want to over tighten this either. Have to get a new airbag or something. So now we're gonna go ahead and plug these back in there. I don't know if you guys can see. There's like a little slot. We're gonna push these back in there. The horn was kind of through the back, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Set you guys right here. Let's see. So again, the horn goes with the clear, kind of greenish colored one. It should slide, just slide right in. Let's see. That's so, and then you hear it click. And then this one, obviously, get your head away from it, just in case. You never want to be too sorry or too safe. There we go, clipped in. And then the horn goes up in there. Kind of has a slot in there. There we go. And this pushes back in there. Kind of sideways, like that. Slide it back up. Same with the other one. Boom, simple as that. And then where did I leave the little cover? There it is. So we got the cover. Got this, and then we're gonna do the clips on the back first. Boom, and then dun. Perfect. All right. So I just want to make sure that isn't loose or anything like that. Now we're gonna go to the fun part, and fingers crossed, we're gonna plug in the battery. Nothing's gonna happen over there. So let's go ahead and grab this. Put that there, and then where's my ratchet over here? All right, get that little snug in there. First off, obviously nothing happened here. Gonna go ahead and test the horns. Horn works. So now what we gotta do is we're gonna have to go take it for a ride and test out the cruise control. I might try to film. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit and put the steering wheel cover back on it and stuff, and fingers crossed the cruise control is gonna work. I'm gonna just take it around the block. If so, I will try to pick up the camera. If not, I'll let you guys know what happened. I'm gonna go ahead and put everything back and we'll take it out for a cruise. But like I said, horn works, everything else seems to work fine. To test this, obviously you gotta be driving the car, so I'm gonna go take it out for a ride. But pretty straightforward, simple to do this. Buttons, or even just to replace the airbag, I guess, is straightforward, simple, no time. I mean, you will need like basic ratchets, a T30 and a short Phillips if you don't have one. Other than that, other than that, you too can do this at home. Like I said, I went ahead and cleaned all these places and the little trim, I guess you can call it. Just because, I mean, take pride in your job, clean it up. I mean, obviously in these places you can't get back there all the time anyways. I know crap builds up right here, so take advantage of that. Everything's off. I personally cleaned every piece in there, so I do need to detail this car. That's one thing I have left. But next video that you see this car, we're going to be doing the fuel gauge. Like I said, it's it'll show inverted, so it'll light up what's empty on the tank instead of what's full, or it'll turn off in general. It'll be correct. So from research that I've made, I guess it's a common problem, and I guess it's just the solder that kind of cracks on the prongs on the cluster itself. So we're gonna go ahead and tackle that. For that one, it's gonna be a little more in depth, more work, because you got to take off the radio, the bezel, everything in here. So we'll show you guys how to do that. So next time you guys see this Civic, we'll show you guys how to fix that. If that's something that's going on in the Civic, we'll show you guys how to fix it. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can fix it. If not, then we'll order one off eBay. We'll go that route. But if we're trying to avoid that, so if you have pretty much a little solder gun and some solder, you should be able to fix it. Basic tools to take it apart. So that's in the next video. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up, and then I'll get back with you guys. See, fingers crossed, the cruise control should now work. That's what I'm praying for. So I'll get back with you guys. All right, guys. So actually, I'm still gonna take it for a drive to make sure. However, I can already tell that this fixed it, because the cruise main light is actually on, and when I push it, it turns off. Push it, it stays on. So before, it will not do that. So I'm gonna obviously take it for a ride to make sure. But already, that's a great sign that that's going on. So however, fuel gauge that we're gonna be fixing next video, as you can see, it's showing not even full, not even empty. And if you hit it, some of them will come back on. See, obviously right there, it kind of inverted itself. There it kind of going back. So that's, I guess, the solder is cracked on it. So that's the next thing that we're gonna tackle. So next video will be that. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I know this wasn't a Mustang. However, I mean, if you guys have a Honda Civic or anything, I hope it helps. If your cruise control doesn't work, or it hasn't worked in a while, this is the most common problem from the research that I've made. As you can see, the cruise button is staying on, so we should be cherry there. The next, we're gonna be tackling that, which is the next common problem on the Civic. So we're gonna make sure this car doesn't have anything wrong with it and it's ready to go. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next time.